Bristol to Bradford, 200 miles. Can I reach home without charging? Stay with me. I'm just passing through Birmingham right now. I've hit on the traffic. So you can see I've covered 72 miles, and incredibly, I'm averaging 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. That was my record range. So that is, if I maintain that, I will have done about 272 miles on a single charge for an EQC, which is astonishing, really. As you can see, it's told me where to charge in the next 75 miles. It wants me to stop at 10 past 1 to charge for 13 minutes. So that's going to probably be a fast charging point. Then after which I should arrive on 10%. I'm happy with that. So even if I can arrive on 3% or 5%, so maybe I will charge for about 10 minutes. The best thing to do is to charge at home. Do the big charge.
Now keep left.
At home. So that, you have the, you are able to save a lot of money as a result of that. So I'm just coming off, and my road is free. So I will speak to you later. Hello there, it's Walo Ladipo here. I am now about 45 miles away, 49 miles away from my home. Remember, I started around maybe 10:15 a.m. this morning, and I wanted to cover about 200 miles. So 205 miles, not 200 miles, 205 miles. Now, it's incredible. First of all, I'm here actually at this charging station. Very typical, very typical. Look, this is my camera right here. The charger right there behind me is broken. We only have two here, and the gentleman over there is using the other one that delivers at 50 kilowatts. But it is very, very low, and that means that it's going to take about 45 minutes, he told me. So I can't wait for 45 minutes because I've got stuff to do. Now, what happens is that if I show you my sat nav, it says I've got 48 miles to go. Oh, sorry about that. 48 miles to go. But it's planned a charging point for me in 12 miles to charge for 9 minutes so that I arrive at 14%. So I've got 14 miles to go, but I've got a surprise for you because I've actually broken my own record today. You won't believe it. I've done 158 miles, and guess the kilowatt hour I've been able to manage. Guess that. Look at that. I don't think anybody thinks that is possible on the motorway. On the EQC, 158 miles, and I've done 3.6. I've traveled for 3 hours 12 minutes. Now, what does that mean to me? It means that I've done 288 miles. 288 miles when the official range is supposed to be 256. So that is mind-bending. And of course, I've got some helping hands on the way because of the traffic and also because of some conditioned speed limit roads. But that does not tell the story because it just happens to be that the roads that I traveled on were most flat. So that's I didn't have a lot of, ascendings to do. So that was helpful. So it depends on the topography, the geography, the temperature. The temperature is just perfect to the 12.5 degrees. So it depends on a whole bunch of factors that can determine the range. But of course, the most important is reasonable driving. Reasonable driving. Anticipate, and the recuperation that I use here is the D-Auto, and just allow the D-Auto recuperation system to take over. It's very, very powerful when you are on a motorway and it's busy, so it just slows down for you. It recuperates at different times. And also I've been driving on the comfort mode. You can see I am on C. So for the comfort mode to be able to perform that much, that is incredible. I tell you what, it's incredible, because we've always used like the eco mode to be the gold standard, but this doesn't seem to have any issue. So I enjoy the comfort, the nice cushion suspension, and I was still able to be very efficient. Now, one thing I didn't use my air conditioning, because the natural ventilation is just normal. It can reduce the temperatures on 17 right now. I can reduce or can increase or reduce or increase depending on what is happening. And it's just very sufficient. And one thing I want to also show you is that, look, I've got 48 miles to go, right there. 48 miles to go, and I've got 53 miles left. Does that mean I could make it home without charging? Because I can't wait for that guy. Perhaps I can. I might be able to. 53 miles, 48 to go there. I've got 53 miles in range. And do you know that before, when I left my hotel this morning, I had about 150 miles on my range. And I needed to cover 205 miles. Did you see that? It's like I've gained over 50 miles. 150, 205. Now, I've got about 4 miles extra. That is if I'm able to stretch 53 to cover 48 that I have now. 53 battery range and 58 mileage range that I have now. So that's fascinating. Thank you, my EQC. Now I like this EQC. It's not just that it's comfortable. It has what I call range integrity. Range integrity is that whatever you see, it gives it to you. It doesn't cheat you if you drive reasonably. Unlike some other cars, they just chop through range. You never quite know where you're gonna get. Doesn't matter whether you drive efficiently or not. But this one, it's like sometimes 1 mile is actually 1 mile of range. Sometimes, depending on your range, it could give it, much more than just 1 mile of travel. So that's fantastic. I will let you know how I'll get some when I get home to see whether my 53 miles on the of battery range can cover the 48 miles, which I believe it will. I'm not going to be driving crazily now that I'm 48 miles away from home. Speak to you soon. Hey everyone, it's Wally here. Guess what? I made it home without charging. That is incredibly astonishing. I made it home without charging. And guess what? I still have 15 miles left on the range. Could you believe that? Look at that. 15 miles left on the range. And I've covered 204 miles. And I average a whopping 3.6. So that means I've done 288 miles on the range. That is my new record. The last time I did 3.4, I thought that was fantastic. Now 3.6. Tell Mercedes that they've done a good job. From the WLTP recommendation that says 256, we are smashing the barriers. Look at that. It's incredibly fascinating. So I've done over 204 miles, and I've done it in 4 hours 26 minutes, and I averaged 3.6 miles per kilowatt hour. It's saying that I average 46 miles per hour, but I don't think I go that slow. I still can't figure out how it manages to average how quickly I drive throughout my 204 miles journey. So that's fantastic. I'm very, very happy with that. And basically what is astonishing was that when I left Bristol this morning, it was telling me that I've got about 160 miles on my battery range, but I needed to cover about 204 miles. So I've stretched 60 miles battery range, to cover over 200 miles. And if you add 15 miles on top of this to 204, so you have about 220 miles. So I've somehow found 60 miles on top of what my initial battery told me. That is a miracle. So would you recommend the EQC? I think is the best. Is the best in its category. We have the I-Pace that is fantastic, where it chops through the range. We have the Audi e-tron, great car, but it can't match some of these figures I'm sharing with you right now. In terms of comfort, this is unbeatable, and it just seems like a better package somewhere in between those two cars, and it just shines, it excels. And those who appreciate Mercedes, those are the ones that will be appreciating what I'm talking about. So it's what a lot of people here. It's been a fantastic journey. It's good to be in my environment again. I'm just going to go and plug it and charge it. It takes it's a lot cheaper for me to charge it, which is fascinating. Let me just see what that's going to be showing me. It's fascinating. I don't think my family has not known that I've arrived yet. So let me try and charge for free here. This is my little girl's tricycle. So look, that is my charger right there. So I'm going to charge this up. I've got 7.4 kilowatts in my house. Let me see how long it's going to take me to fully charge this from almost zero. So that should turn green. Yes, that's green. So let's see. Look at that, from 6%. It says it's going to fully charge. It's going to be fully charged for 3 a.m. It's going to be fully charged for 3 a.m. That's fantastic, but okay, so I'm at home. I'm going nowhere. So please subscribe. This is what I like to put here. If you've liked it, subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I will catch you in the next video. Bye bye.